Welcome back to RGCPC. I am Draconomus, and today we're going to follow up our tank build with a healer build. Now, with all these build videos, the thing to keep in mind is your role. So, of course, the tank, your role is to take the damage so that nobody else does. With the healer, it's just the opposite. Your job is to not take damage, but increase the health of people around you. So, in other words, your job is to keep everybody alive. It's very simple. Um, so, if you're going to be a healer, please focus on healing. Don't try to do damage. Okay? It is more important that you keep the party alive than it is for you to be up there front lines bashing people in the skull with a blunt object. That's not the point that you're trying to do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead, we're going to sit down, and we're going to level a cleric all the way up to level 7. Now, in a game like DDO, there are only 20 main levels that you can have. Beyond that, you end up going into what are called epic levels, and that's something different. It allows you to do a lot more things. But for the average player, you're only going to make it to 20, and that's if you can actually get a regular schedule going for it. So again, get the race that you actually want to play. So for me, I want to play a halfling. I like halflings. That's what I like to play. Granted, every so often I do min max. In other words, I get the race that is best suited for a specific style of build. For instance, a human makes a really good cleric, but that's simply because the Asimar, which I don't have unlocked yet, was never a thing while I was making my cleric. So that's brand spanking new. This little guy here, or big guy really, and what these guys are actually descendants of the gods. So that's the way that works. Granted, real life, there's only one real god, so that. Anyway, healer again. I'm partial to halflings. I'm gonna go ahead and make a halfling cleric. Okay. Your main thing to focus on is right here. You max out wisdom. You get yourself 16 charisma, 10 intelligence, only 10. You don't need any more than that. It'll allow you to actually create that healer spec without throwing points where you don't need to. So charisma is rather important for a healer build due to the fact that charisma for DDO, charisma determines how many turning attempts that you get. Turning is like a positive energy channeling that you can do. And those turning attempts go toward a couple of spirit-based healing rather than magic-based healing. So it increases the amount of healing that you can do. So again, max out your wisdom. It's really important to have as much spell power as you can. Get yourself a decent amount of charisma. Strength is not important. I'm going to state that again. Strength is not important. You shouldn't care. The only thing that's going to determine for a healer build is how much you can carry in DDO. Other games, the amount you can carry is strictly based on how many slots you have. In DDO, it is a combination of slots and weight. So if you go overweight, you can't carry anymore, even though you have slots. If you have plenty of weight left, there's a possibility that you end up running out of slots. So it's all about item management. It's not a big deal really for such a game, but really it's combat based as far as the strength goes. So you won't be able to do any strength based anything. And halflings actually get a reduced strength. So there's no point in even worrying about that for a healer. So you're better off throwing that into health rather than anything else. Okay. Granted, you can actually cut this down a little bit, and for a halfling, put 2 points into dexterity. What that allows you to do is get the maximum allowed dexterity bonus into the armor class. Okay, because you're going to be wearing full plate. You're not going to be wearing chainmail or a chain shirt or even leather armor. You're going to be wearing full plate. You're going to have as big of a shield as you are proficient in carrying. Alright? And what that's going to do is reduce the chances of you actually taking damage if somebody, tries to hit you. So, dexterity is a good thing to have. Constitution, not super important because you should not be taking damage as a dedicated healer. And when I say dedicated healer, that's what this build is going to be. That's the only thing you're going to focus on. It is the most important thing you can focus on, right? So, you're going to take healing as a skill in DDO. Other ones, they don't have such an in-depth character creation model. For instance, Wildstar. They've got 3 possible building or healing classes, and it's like you're either assault or you're a healer, and you just decide. You can make a balanced one, but really you want to focus on one or the other. And it's either you have your choices. You can do the assault, okay, or your main focus, or what they call their support aspect. And if you're playing like a melee slash tank build, it's going to be a tank is their support. So instead of having the ability scores and all that, what you're going to end up having is primary versus support. So for a tank, you focus on support, and for a healer, you're going to be focusing on support. And what we're doing in these videos is how to have a dedicated support. And if you could see me, I'm actually doing the air quotes, support style build. Now, people, when they hear the word support, they automatically think that, oh crap, I'm going to have one job and that's all I'm going to do. The thing is, that's true. It is true. You're going to have one job and that's all you're going to do. The thing is, we need people to have that one job and that's all they're going to do. With this style cleric build that I'm about to do, which I'm in the process of showing you, you will be able to solo heal a raid. I'm not joking. As long as you pay attention and see what's going on and make sure that all your people are within range of you, you can solo heal an entire raid. Not even that difficultly. By the time you're done, you will be out of spell points and you'll be very, very, very low on turns. But everybody will be alive, and you'll have minimal drops, okay, which you can easily pick up. So as you saw, I did healing, my heal skill, and the what is that? I wish my brain worked better. The concentration. There we are. Concentration skill. What that's gonna do is, while you're sitting down at a shrine or near a shrine while other people are healing, your heal skill goes into how many health points that they regain in DDO. That doesn't transfer over to other games. This is DDO specifically. The whole concept with a healer build is focusing on the healer aspect, not the DPS, not the tank, not the whatever else you might be coming up with. It's all about healing. Okay, so for DDO, you're going to take Sovereign Host. This is really important. Take this feat for your class feat. The reason being is because Sovereign Host, I believe at level 3, gives you a 100% heal spell. Granted, it's got a 10-minute cooldown, but when you are out of spells, this thing takes no spell points. Okay, so it's a one-time use, done. But when you're just in that bind and your tank goes down, you're screwed. Throw the healing of the Sovereign Host on there, and he's up and running. Okay, at full health, full capacity, ready to take on the world. So, yeah, really good one to go. Alright, you're also going to follow it up by Empower Healing. Okay, that's the feat that you're going to be going with. I think I actually passed it up. Quickening spell. No. Now, Empower Healing is there it is called a meta magic feat. What you do is you activate this, and it's going to boost your healing. According to this, you will get 75 spell power while casting spells affected by Empower Healing, but they consume 10 additional spell points. In other words, all your healing spells will be 75 points better. Okay, and points is it's more like a ratio type of deal. Okay, but the more points you have, the more powerful it is. So I think maximum points is like in the thousands somewhere. It might not even be maximum points. I'm not entirely sure on that. But Empower Healing, very, very important feat to get. Okay, the sooner you get it, the better. Now, this is a class, this is a style build that you cannot play alone. It will not work. You will die because you are not equipped to handle enemies. You are equipped to allow your party to handle enemies, but you are required to have that party in order for you to complete a quest. Luckily in DDO, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Okay. Um, excuse me. Luckily in DDO, lack of killing things does not reduce your experience gain. So you will still be able to have full experience throughout the entire thing. Now, as a cleric in D&D and Dungeons & Dragons based games, you're going to get every spell. You won't have to choose. You won't have to just go through and pick the ones you want. Blah 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 blah. All right, that's not necessary because they just give it to you. You automatically have access to them. The downside is you will have to actually pick and choose which ones you want to use because you only have limited space that you can actually cast in a day. So there's that. Again, make your character according to what you want. Don't focus too much on what other people say. This is yours. You have to deal with this. I really like the looks of this actually, so this is what I'm going to go with. Name. Targus. Green bottle. Okay, and we are going to go neutral good. Reason why we're actually choosing a good or a good alignment this time is because that's going to boost your good aligned spells, which most of your healing is. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create. I'm surprised that name isn't taken. And we're going to jump in. We're going to go ahead and make it all the way up to level 7. Again, you will not have access to this ship right away when playing DDO. This thing is a VIP access. I actually had to pay extra money to get it, to get champion build. And no, not cash money. You can actually build up what is called favor, which will give you in-game currency, which is called DDO points. And once you get enough, you can go ahead and just pay for it. So you can grind out favor and actually do a lot of work with this. Again, I've been playing this since beta, so I've had a lot of time. Excuse me. Anyway, started my adventure as cleric, spellcasting, and cleric. Very good. Whatever. I don't care what she's saying. It doesn't matter. Again, follow your numbers. Okay, so concentration, heal. That's really all you have to focus on. If you plan on doing some I have brain problems today. Some offensive spells, you might want to think about putting an extra 2 points into your intelligence and get spellcraft because that'll boost the damage that you do. Okay, but again, if you're being a full-on healer style cleric, you don't want to do that. And I'll show you why later. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our domain spell. So at level 2, we get to choose a domain. And what we're going to do is not the domain of domain of healing. All right, which will boost our healing capabilities by 20%. So, for 20 seconds. Yeah. Using Turn Undead gives you your party 20% bonus to healing amplification for 20 seconds. So whenever you use a turning attempt, so in other words, one of these here, um, your entire party will get a 20% boost to their healing. So that's pretty nice. Again, spellcaster, cleric, and follow your numbers. I'm gonna have to say this every time. Follow your numbers. Know your job. It's really important to know your job. Okay, so you're gonna want a couple of things at this point. You can, and it's your choice which one you want to do first, but extra turning is really important. Okay, it'll increase your turning attempts and allow you to heal more by channeling power, positive energy. Okay, the other thing is, where are you? There it is, mental toughness, and that's going to boost your spell points. Okay, so I'm choosing mental toughness right now because I prefer having that available, more spell points just in case I need something other than just healing. All right, so you get access to all of these. At level 3, you gain access to level 2 spells, and you're going to focus on all the healing. So aid, which is, we're actually going to be getting the mass aid, which is a group effect type of deal. Okay, close wounds, faster low level healing, inflict moderate wounds. Now that sounds ridiculous, but one of the other classes, the wizard, has the ability to turn into an undead. Using positive energy on undead will hurt them, not heal them. And if you're going to be a healer, you have to be able to heal your entire party, not just the ones that are alive. All right. Now, here we are at level 4. We get to choose an ability score. Go Wisdom. Go Wisdom. Reason being is that's going to boost your spell points. Okay, really important. So you get your spell points going, and you won't have to worry too much about it. As far as gear goes, you're going to always focus on the positive energy stuff, healing amplification, anything that's going to support your healing aspects. All right. So, excuse me. Anything that's going to support your healing aspects. That's what you're looking for as far as gear goes. So, as far as your weapon goes, unimportant how much damage it does, what the basic weapon additives are. It's all about the casting implement. So, you always want a one-handed item as a cleric because you need that shield. It's necessary. It's not an option. Okay, not for a healer. You need to be able to stay alive. So it is not an option for you to go shieldless. Okay, healing domain. Oh, look at that. This is actually the same thing as our level 2 spell, heal moderate wounds, I believe. Yeah, heal moderate wounds. Okay, but it does not cost as much spell points. So normally heal moderate wounds would cost 8 spell points. This will only cost us 4, so that's half the amount. So at level 5 we get access to level 3 spells, where we'll get Mass Aid, like I said before. And what Mass Aid does is gives temporary hit points and a Bless effect. And the Bless gives a +1 morale bonus to attack rolls and saves and all that. Again, Cure Serious Wounds is what you're going to attach to your hotbar, along with Inflict Serious Wounds for the same reason. You want to be able to keep everybody in your party alive. Goodness, throat. Got a tickle in there. Got that stuff. I got crud. No, I'm not sick. I'm just fine. But it's all the talking that I do with these videos. I don't know why it just implements that. But so those are the spells you're gonna affect. And again, you're gonna talk to her. Keep going. Well, you're not gonna talk to her. When you gain your level, you're gonna go talk to your trainer so that you can do all the stuff that I'm showing you. Concentration and healing, really important. All right. Like I said, your feats are rather important. Another one to look into is actually combat casting. It gives you a +4 bonus to concentration effects while being hit in combat. So you'll be able to cast your spells easier if you're being smacked. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go extra turning. Again, like I said, it's real important to do that. And unyielding sovereignty. And this is a full heal. That's that full heal that I was talking about earlier. And I believe it does like 20,000 points of damage twice, which I have never seen a single character with more than, I think 9,000 is the highest I've ever seen throughout this entire game. And that was a tank style build barbarian. Yes, you can do a tank style barbarian. Granted, they're not as effective at not taking damage, but they pull aggro and they have a whole bunch of health, so it's a good way to go. So this will be our last level up that I can show you. Again, follow your points, so concentration and heal. Okay, you get access to 4th level spells at level 7. So you get Chaos Hammer, you get Cure Critical Wounds, Death Ward, inflict critical wounds, freedom of movement. You'll be often requested to go ahead and cast FOM, F-O-M, which actually is the acronym for freedom of movement. So that'll be a nice one to have. You're also going to make sure that you get Panacea, this one, because I can't pronounce it right, but yeah, there's this little guy with the single snake wrapped around a stick. It's a healing spell that pretty much takes away all the negative effects of whatever might be ailing them. So it's a good one to have on your hotbar. And we're going to finish. Okay, and that'll be all our leveling. But now we need to go ahead and do our enhancements. Again, you're going to want to focus on the healing aspect. Do not worry about this one. Do not worry about this one. Nobody cares about these two. It's unimportant. You want this one here. This is the most important thing that you possibly have. Okay? Healing Domain, which we actually have as a feat also. Extra Turning, take it. Divine Cleansing, take it. Pacifism, take it. Okay? Pacifism actually is a necessary thing in order to get all the way through the bottom row, which is the ones that you're really focusing on. But pacifism, as long as you have that active, you're boosting your positive energies critical chance, but you don't do any offensive things. You got a whole bunch of negatives to offensive. Really good toward the defensive, so the healing aspect, but not so good toward the rest of it. So that, then you're going to come up here and you make sure that you get your wisdom. Make sure you grab that. It's really important to actually keep that at an even number, because when your even numbers come in for DDO, when your even numbers come in, you're getting an extra bonus toward that ability score. Okay, there it is, positive energy burst, and you're going to be using the crap out of that one. Improved turning, not really important, nor is mighty turning. That's not really what you're going to be focusing on. So you want this. This is the real thing that you're looking at. So you're going to be taking improved turning all 3 times, just so you can have access to this one when you spend 20 points of the tree. Now I've got 3 more points before I get access to this, but what that's going to allow me to do is refill my turning attempts over time. Okay, make sure that you take these like divine healing, especially divine healing. My goodness, take divine healing. It's really important. That uses a turning attempt to heal over time. So really good one to have. Like I said, endless turning. Please take it. It's important. At that point, purge the darkness will probably be the last one, either that or altruism. So we're gonna go purge the darkness. And purge the darkness will be like a debuff, or a debuff, I guess you could call it. It's gonna remove all negative effects, or well, one negative effect right now. You can level it up later so that it does up to 3 hostile magic effects, but just one for now. We really needed to get this, which is what we were really working on. So good deal. Later on, you'll be getting intense healing, incredible healing, and lastly, cure focus. And they're gonna just go ahead and just boost your healing even more. Healing is really important for this build. That's your main focus. Then you're gonna get martyrdom. Really, really nice one to have. If you have this active, uh, when you die, it puts out a burst effect all the way around you, healing 250 points of damage to your allies. Only allies. So you don't have to worry about healing uh, enemies. Granted, you want to heal undead. Go ahead and hit them with positive energy. You're actually going to give them damage, not healing. So go ahead and do that. Okay. If that's the case, if you're up against undead, you're actually going to be doing more damage than pretty much anybody else when you hit them with a healing spell. So go ahead and do that. Again, make sure that you have your heavy armor equipped, your shield equipped. Get yourself a better shield as soon as possible. Get yourself better armor as soon as possible. And get yourself a casting implement as soon as possible. Okay, universal spell power is great, along with anything with wizardry on it. Wizardry is going to boost your spell points, which is going to give you more healing over time. So that's a good thing to have. Let's see, positive energy amplification. That's going to be a thing. Those are real big ones. Radiancy is going to be a thing. So, and pretty much anything that you can use toward your healing options. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and run to a tavern real quick. Reason being is you can only apply your spells while in a tavern or in a resting place. So, there are two in the marketplace. There's one actually underneath the bank, which is the big building over there, right there. That's the bank. But there's actually one slightly closer. They're kind of comparable as far as distance from where I spawn in, which is actually at the airship dock. I don't know why they spawned me in there. It's kind of a weird place. Oh, that's another thing. Get yourself some feather falling, because as you just saw, I barely jumped off of anything really. It wasn't that far of a drop. I think it was like, I would guesstimate about 15 feet. And I can jump down 15 feet without hurting myself, so yeah. So he took 7 points of damage with that. Why am I selling things? That's not what I want to do. I'm getting lost. You're gonna hit C to open your character sheet, and this will be the build that you have with the absolute most hotbars. So you go to spells, and you're gonna get your level 1 spells all set up. So inflict serious or light wounds, cure light wounds is already on there. It's necessary. Command is a nice one to have. It doesn't do damage. All it does is knock people to the ground. So it does function pretty well. And you're going to go ahead and get things that remove negative effects, block from negative effects, or something along those lines. Lastly, Divine Favor. Now, I use Divine Favor in case I am stuck somewhere alone. So I'll throw that one on real quick, and it'll allow me to attack like I'm a fighter. So you can at least beat some to the death that way. Do not equip this aid. There's no point. Don't do that. Instead, get Bull Strength and Bear's Endurance. Okay, so at the lower levels, those are nice ones to have. Oh, my game did that thing again. Hold on. Anyway, as I was saying, so close wounds, real important, and inflict moderate wounds. Now those are going to be the spells that you most of the time actually have on your bars, and I'll show you the easiest way to take care of that. It'll happen real quick. So That's that. And then you're going to go to number 3, mass aid. Get it. Okay. Get it. Important. Inflict serious wounds. Get it. Important. And lastly, where did it go? Not that one. Alright, it's not on this one. You're going to get remove curse. Later on, you're actually going to get remove disease also, and those two actually have to work in tandem for a couple of things. Mummy rot being one of them. So you actually have to remove the curse and then remove the disease in order to actually get mummy rot off a person. But yeah, and here we are, inflict critical wounds, which honestly you don't need to have all all 3 of those. You can suffice with inflict moderate wounds and inflict serious wounds. You can suffice with that. Most of the time, they're more than enough. And get yourself Panacea. Okay, so those are the ones that you're going to be focusing on the most. All right, so the reason why you're going to have a lot of bars going, okay, is because you've got a lot of spells. Now, the way I like to do it is I put my healing spells on my number 1 bar, the one that's actually affected by my number keys. So if I press 3, I'll hit the empowered healing. So voila, done. After that, you can actually just click these, click the rest of them. Okay, but I'm gonna put empower healing because it's constantly active on my 2nd bar. Now, cure light wounds, not super like powerful. Okay, that's for like in between combat and all that. So you're gonna use that one in between combat the most. Simply because you'll be able to heal everybody up to their maximum health without using up too much of your spell points. Right? So remove fear is a buff. Okay, along with protection from evil, divine favor, command. Make sure that you put command on your 1st bar. Okay, you hit the 0 key and that it'll function just fine. Reason being is because it's kind of more of an offensive spell, and it's pretty much the only offensive spell that you're really going to be using in an offensive manner. Because it's the only one that's going to keep you protected without doing damage. Okay, Bull Strength is a buff, Bear's Endurance is a buff, Mass Aid is a buff, so you're going to keep your buffs on your 2nd bar, while all your healing is going to be focused on your 1st bar. Okay, Close Wounds, throw on number 5 or wherever it's comfortable for you, and your Inflict Wounds, all of them, will be going on the 1st bar. And that's to keep, there we go, that is to keep your necromancers alive, the necromantic style wizards, okay, which I can actually show you how to make one of those later. I'm not a fan of the wizards at all, any of them, any of the wizard type builds, simply because I don't like them. Okay, I'm not required to like them, so I know how to make them, but I just don't like to make them. They're not my favorite. I would much rather play anything else, really. Alright, so last one, we have Panacea. Panacea is a good one to use in between combat. So somebody's got a lingering effect that just reduces their speed, reduces their abilities, blah, blah, blah. So you can hit them up with that real quick. Easily just click them over here or hit one of the F keys corresponding to the number that they are. F1 will select yourself. 2 through 5 will select the rest of your party. Alright. And honestly, I believe that's most other party-based RPGs. So I think World of Warcraft has that. WildStar has that. Cabal, I do believe, has that. So yeah, use your F keys. They have hotkeys for a reason. Use them is to make things easier. And if the F keys are one of those things where they're just out of your reach, don't use them. Click the name instead. It'll do the same thing. So select something else. You can click your name. You click yourself. You can do that with the rest of your party too. All right. So yeah, click their name, hit the corresponding button. Say I want to heal myself. All right. There you go. That's why somehow I switched my bar. There we go. Heal myself. So you didn't see that, but I actually healed myself for a decent amount of damage. I'll do it again. There we go. 75. The last one should have been 74. And that's just here serious ones. There's others out there. So now we have the feats. Okay. Feats. Oh, okay. Now I understand what that is. Spontaneous casting, so that's fine. Where is there it is. That's what I'm looking for. That's healing. That only costs 4 points. So we're gonna actually switch those around. You're gonna focus on using this one more than this one because it uses less points. So cure moderate wound. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to talk with a lisp. But cure moderate wounds cost 18 spell points. Spontaneous casting healing tier 2 cost 4. So a lot less points. Means a lot more healing. Where did that other thing go? Oh, there it is. Deity feats. And unyielding sovereignty. Again, that's your last ditch effort. So if you've got something going on where everything is just going to crap, use it. Pacifism. Activatable spell. Use it. All the time. That's going to be your focus. Positive energy burst. Really good one to have. Divine healing. Divine cleansing. Okay, neutralizes magical disease and poisons. So using a turn effect rather than spell points. So it pretty much does the same thing as cure diseases, but without using spell points. That's another thing I forgot to put on here. There it is. So you can actually use remove curse and then there it is, divine cleansing, or even purge dark magics. Either one should do the trick to remove mummy rot. And that should be all of your stuff going on. Yep. So you have a total of 13 turn attempts. With those 13 turn attempts, if you use positive energy burst like this, it's healing that does not use spell points. Later on, you can actually get a healing aura, which case you just activate it. It stays active for, I think, like 20 seconds. It's a decent amount of time. And people just stand by you and get healing. So you're pretty much just their beacon of hope. You just wander around. You're not expending spell points. You expend one turn attempt, and you just heal them. Ta-da! Done. So it's a good way to go. Striding is something that you might want to have as a cleric simply because you want to stay with your group. Stay with them. Not only for their sake, but for your sake. If you fall behind, you're liable to get a respawn on you and die. So, not simply because you're unable to heal yourself. It's because they do more damage than you're capable of healing in that amount of time. Because, as you see, at level 7, 98 hit points. Not a lot. So, focus on healing, staying with your party, and keeping your party alive. If they're alive, you're alive. So your whole thing is to keep your party alive. That's the healer build. That's your whole reason for existence is to you're a walking band-aid. That's it. You are a walking band-aid. Be such. Okay, if you're gonna be a healer, do it. Please heal. 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 Please heal. Please heal. Okay? Not so many of the RPGs out there don't have enough healers because, well, even though they're in high demand, A lot of people don't play them right. Okay, they play them frontline healer. You don't want to be a frontline healer. You want to be a backline healer. Backline healer. You understand? Stand in the back and heal people. That's your point. That's what you do. Be that tree of life. Be the beacon of hope. Be the walking band-aid. Alright? If you're going to be a healer, do it right. Everybody else can carry you through the raid as far as DPS goes. Everybody else can keep you alive as far as damages go. As far as quests go. As far as your group. Okay? Rely on them. The RPGs are made to be played as a group that relies on each other. Okay? So, like, this one, DDO, has turned into a game of just solo players. That's never been what it's meant to be. Never. Okay? You're meant to play with a group. Go slow. Have fun. Work together. Accomplish things together. Okay? Same thing for WoW. Alright? Everybody's trying to speed run everything. Speed, 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 speed. No. Slow down. Have fun. Games are meant for you to enjoy. If you're rushing through everything, you're going to miss things, for one. Okay? Whether it be an awesome view that the designers put in there for you simply to stop and look at, or a cool treasure chest that it was in a room that you didn't even know existed. Okay? Slow down. Use the rest of your party. Okay? A lot of people make specialized characters. So, specialized healers, unable to find these things on their own, but are able to keep the people who are alive. Use your party. Be with them. Rely on them. Get yourself a group of people that you know and like to play with, and play with them. Have a good time. Heal them up if you're a healer. Tank them out if you're the tank. Trap it up if you're a trapper. It's what you do. If you're a DPSer, get in there and kill stuff. Let your tank take the damage. That's his point. That's why he's there. Let your healer heal you and the rest of the party. That's why they're there. Okay? Let them do things. Okay? Now, this has been the cleric build. This is how you cleric. Okay? This is how you healer. Have fun with it. Okay? Be your walking band-aid. Okay? And don't be afraid to tell your party, hey, get back here. I can't heal you if you're too far. Don't be afraid. Okay? They're there not only to help you, but have you help them. If you're not in range to heal them, they're not getting your help. Okay? They need a healer's help. If they're getting all butthurt about the fact that you're too slow, then they need to find another healer. Okay? They're in high demand, so they're not going to find one easily. Just do healer your way, have fun with it, and just help those people around you. Play the game like it's meant to be played, as a group of cooperating people, not just a bunch of random people running through a dungeon. It's not the way it works. It's not why it's fun, right? It's fun because you're cooperating with the people around you. That's what makes it fun, being cooperative with other people, showing your talents compared to their talents. This is what makes RPGs fun, being you and helping others. So, yeah, healer build, here you are. Again, focus on your job. That's all you have to focus on in any RPG. If that's the job that you're doing, focus on it. Okay? Find what works best for you. Test them out. Like I said, I have 13 characters on my other server. All right? I have 13 characters. I've tested them all out, and I have played them for at least a level before I trash them. Yeah, I trash characters that I don't like. It's just something I do. If I am not happy with the character, I start over. There's no point in me spending hours on a character that I don't like. So, like I said in all of the videos so far, if you're making a character, make sure that it's something you like, not something that you think will work the best. Who cares if it works the best or not? Who cares? Make it something that's unique, something that's you. Alright, so focus on your job. Be a healer if you're a healer. Be a tank if you're a tank. Thank you for watching RGCPC. I've been Draconomus. God bless.